Bert, we need to talk.
To talk? Can you make it quick? The next race is about to begin. What do you want? You know I'm in a bad mood unless I'm doing what I want to do. If you have something to say, say it. As you can tell, I'm really busy.
It's been 6 months since your mother has passed away, and Sage is now working and on her own. I think it's about time for me to be free as well.
What nonsense! You want to be free? Even now you're living however you please.
Do you really think so? I want to be free of you. Your jobs never last. When I ask you to find a new job, you fabricate an illness and stay in bed. Yet you are never too sick for gambling, drinking, or having your own fun. I even took you to the hospital for a checkup, but the doctor said you were in perfect health.
How am I supposed to know? That doctor is probably a fake. You know my health issues are psychological. It's fatal, so there's no cure.
I stayed with you up to now because your mother was very nice to me. And when I considered our daughter Sage, I thought divorce was not the answer. But I've had enough. I don't have any feelings towards you. None at all. So please, divorce me.
Are you leaving me? I'm not working, and at this age, who'd hire me? If you abandon me, you're leaving me to the wolves. And if I die, it will be your fault.
Stop with the sob story already. You don't know how hard I've been working while hoping you would change one day. But you'll never change. I'm sorry I had such high expectations.
I can't be held responsible for your expectations. Anyways, I'm not worried. There's no way you'd leave me.
I've decided. I'll file for the divorce. I'm serious.
Fine, whatever. The race is about to begin. See ya.
Where are you? Mom passed out. They've taken her to the hospital.
Oh, it's you, Sage. How have you been?
What are you saying? How can you ask me how I am? Mom passed out. Don't you care?
There's no way Mom would pass out. I know you're lying. She's as healthy as a horse.
She was overdoing it. They said she worked herself to the bone. It's all your fault.
What are you talking about? How could it be my fault?
How? It's all your fault. You care more about your own fun than working. You gamble away Mom's hard-earned money at the horse races. You complain she doesn't give you enough money. You hardly ever come home. Mom had to take care of Grandma and the house all by herself. I had to work, so I could only help her on the weekends.
So that's why you think it's my fault? Then it's your fault as well, as you left home.
I left home as I couldn't bear to spend any more time in the same space as you. Unlike you, I work hard and take care of myself without depending on anyone else. You go out and leave Mom with all the responsibilities.
I can't help it if I can't work. I'm sick, you know. Do you want to kill me?
What? You aren't sick. You don't work because you don't feel like it. Anyhow, Mom has been admitted to the hospital. She'll be here for some time.
Really? Well, how long will she be in the hospital? And who's gonna take care of my meals while she's in the hospital?
All you're worried about is your meals? I can't believe it. The doctors told me Mom has cancer.
Cancer? Like a dancer? Just joking. She's overworked, and she has cancer. Well, that's deep.
What's funny about that? It's not at all funny.
Oh, that's what this is about.
What?
This is her plan. She's using this to divorce me. She's saying she's sick so she doesn't have to come home. She thinks this way I'll agree to the divorce.
Are you out of your mind? Mom's illness and the divorce are unrelated.
It's okay, you don't need to pretend. Sorry to drag you into our mess, Sage. You're a good daughter, looking out for Mom. She just wants me to pay her more attention. We're bound for life. She can never leave me. I know she's still madly in love with me.
You're living in your own fantasy world. I give up. I'll take care of Mom on my own. I won't let you take advantage of her anymore.
Mom and I have known each other for a really long time. I know her better than anyone else. Tell Mom to arrange something for my meals. Hey, Sage, I can't get in touch with Mom. Do you know anything? Tell her to transfer some money into my bank account. I haven't had a decent meal in ages. She hasn't been home, so my life's a mess.
I'm on my way to the funeral. I don't have time to deal with the likes of you.
What? Funeral? Whose?
Mom's. Remember when I told you she had cancer? When the doctors discovered it, it was already too late. Her cancer was terminal.
She had terminal cancer? No one told me anything.
I told you she had cancer. You're the one who chose not to believe it. You weren't concerned about Mom working too much or being sick. I didn't want someone like that to bother Mom's remaining life. That's why I didn't say anything further.
I don't know what to believe. What's gonna happen to me? How am I expected to live?
You aren't a kid. You should be able to take care of yourself. I'm the one who can't believe what's going on in your head. Rather than being sad Mom's passed away, you're worried about yourself? But as the funeral hasn't begun yet, I guess I can let you know where it will take place. Personally, I don't want to see you there. But if you have any remorse or appreciation for Mom, I guess this will be your last chance to tell her.
She's really dead? Not Mom making you lie for her.
It's the truth. Don't make me repeat myself so many times.
It's true. So that means all of Mom's possessions, her money and all, are mine. Do you know when I'll get them?
Unbelievable. After all that I've said, is money the only thing you care about? You really are the worst.
It's important. Oh, I'm so relieved. All's well that ends well, right? I thought I was going to end up on the streets and die alone.
That may still happen.
What do you mean?
Why do you presume all of Mom's money will go to you? I haven't forgotten all the pain you've caused her through the years.
I'm her husband. I'm sure there's some law that says I'll inherit her assets.
Not a single penny from Mom's assets will fall into your hands. It's all been donated. Mom left me a portion as a gift for when I get married. But the rest of the money, it's all gone.
You must be lying. Why'd she do that? What do you mean donated? Who gets the money?
She obviously didn't want you to have any of her money. She gave it to someone who needed it to pay for their medical treatment. Mom was such a generous person, even until the end. Unlike you, who only thinks about himself. Wake up and realize Mom has washed her hands of you.
You little brat. What about the inheritance from my mother? She was managing it. It was my mother's, so it's only logical that I should receive it.
Oh, about that. Grandma left everything to Mom.
What?
You know Grandma was apologizing to Mom until the day she passed away. Grandma was so sorry about how she raised you and how much trouble you had caused Mom. That's why she left Mom the money. She wanted Mom to use it for herself. She arranged it with her lawyer so Mom would inherit it all without any problems. And the inheritance from Grandma has been donated due to Mom's passing.
It's a lie. Why would she?
Face it, both Grandma and Mom were sick of you. They gave up on you. Even I hate to think of you as my dad.
Listen, Sage, you received some money from Mom, right? How about sharing a portion of it with Dad? If it's a wedding gift, it should be a sizable amount. Dad has no other means to survive.
Why would I give you the money Mom didn't want you to have? Plus, I would rather die than have you waste any more of Mom's money.
In that case, why don't you move back in with your old man? The house is in my name, so there's no issues. I won't even charge you rent. It's a win-win for you, right?
It's a lose-lose. You're planning on mooching off of me next? You don't need to come to the funeral. Don't contact me ever again.
Sage, I'm all that's left of your family.
It makes no difference to me whether you're alive or dead. I don't have the time to deal with the likes of you. I'm really busy. As far as I'm concerned, I don't have a family anymore. After all of that, Dad continued living at home as the house was in his name. I don't know how he managed the utilities bill. Regardless, within a few months, he disappeared without a trace. When I entered the house using my mother's key, I saw he had sold many household items to support himself. I went through and cleaned up my mother's possessions and vowed never to return to that house. After Mom found out her cancer was terminal, she used medicine to dull the pain, and for the remainder of her life, did all the things she wanted to do. It was only 1 month, but she watched Broadway shows and ate in Chinatown. After a long time, I saw she was truly enjoying herself, even laughing out loud. If I had known her fate, I would have forced her to leave that house sooner. I'm filled with regret. But I cannot forget if Mom hadn't met Dad, I wouldn't have been born. Mom told me how happy she was to spend time with me before she passed. She truly was wasted on my dad. A lot of people attended her funeral. She will be missed by many people. The sick person Mom donated her money to, he came to visit me once he got better to thank me. He promised to honor Mom's donation by living for both himself and Mom. Whenever I think about how Mom even saved someone's life, I become misty-eyed. After some time, the one person who kept torturing my mother, yes, my father, came to visit me. He said he had become ill and asked me to give him money for his treatment. Of course, I refused and said I no longer had a father. Perhaps my kind mother would have given him some money. The thought did cross my mind, but Mom chose not to leave him any money. I know it was intentional, so I'm sure Mom would have turned him away as well.
Missy, hello! How have you been? What are you doing?
Why are you contacting me? What do you want?
Brr, it's cold! Why are you so cold to me?
Let me ask you this. Is there any reason why I need to be civil towards you?
You're funny. We're childhood friends. It was my wedding yesterday and you weren't there. I missed you.
Excuse me? I can't believe you just said that. After marrying my fiancé?
You know that's incorrect. He's your ex-fiancé, remember? Stress on the ex.
Be quiet. The nerve of you contacting me? What is this about?
You didn't come to my wedding yesterday, so you couldn't see just how happy we are. So I thought I would text you to let you know.
Let me know what?
That Ricky and I are very happy. Because you, Missy, Ricky, and I met, and I'm the happiest woman in the world.
I never asked for this information.
Oh, don't be so mean. If you weren't in my life, Missy, Ricky and I would never have gotten married. I'm so grateful to you, Missy. When you introduced me to Ricky, your then fiancé, I was able to meet the love of my life.
You really are the worst. You kept pestering me that you wanted to meet him, so I had no choice. But you had planned to steal him from the start, huh?
You are so paranoid. Love is mysterious. We never know who Cupid's arrow will poke. It's not my fault that you happened to meet Ricky before I did. Ricky and I love each other so much. Our pasts don't matter.
If you want to think of it like that, go ahead. I thought it was low to steal your childhood friend's fiancé and then marry him, but now I don't care anymore. As long as you were happy, right?
Oh, you don't need to worry. We're super happy. After all, Ricky is super hot, plus his family is wealthy, and he works for a super prestigious company. I have no complaints. In fact, I can't imagine anyone with higher socioeconomic status than Ricky. Thank you, Missy, for giving me such a great guy.
It's not like I gave you Ricky, but I don't care anymore. Go be happy, whatever.
Come on, let's be honest. Deep down, you're super upset, aren't you? You can be honest with me. You don't have to pretend. So spill. Are you sad? Does it hurt?
Honestly, I don't have any feelings left towards this anymore. It happened 6 months ago.
There's no way you can get over this in 6 months. After all, this super hot, high economic status guy is no longer with you. There's no way you can say you don't have any feelings. You're such a bad liar. And no matter how hard you try, you know you can't be happier than me.
Blah, blah, blah. You can say whatever you want. But if there's nothing else, can I go now?
I don't like your tone.
Oh, there is something. I don't think you know this, but before you entered the scene, Francine, Ricky and I were thinking of breaking up.
What? No way. There's no need to lie.
No, seriously, we had ended our engagement and weren't sure whether to continue being boyfriend and girlfriend. It seems Ricky decided to swap me for you. Aren't you happy?
I don't know why anyone would want to break up with a great guy like Ricky. There's absolutely nothing wrong with him. I know you don't want to admit you lost such a great guy to me, so you're rewriting what happened, right? You know that makes you even more pathetic.
If that's what you want to think, go ahead.
Then let me make you jealous.
What?
Guess where I am? I'm at the airport. We're on our way to our honeymoon. We're off to the Greek Isles for 2 weeks.
Lucky you.
Are you being sarcastic? Just because you can't take such an extravagant vacation, you don't need to be rude. It is really unattractive.
Tell me, Francine, have you met Ricky's parents?
Of course I have. Ricky took me over when we first got engaged, and we spoke at the wedding, too.
Other than that, have you gone out for lunch or something with his mom or anything?
What? No, I haven't seen them other than those 2 times. Why are you asking me this?
I see. I should have told you this earlier.
What are you talking about? Don't beat about the bush. Spill already.
Ricky was really careful this time. After all, this is where he messed up with me.
Missy, what are you talking about?
He must have deliberately kept you and his mother apart until the wedding.
That doesn't make sense. I told you I've met her twice. I think she's really nice. A great mother-in-law to have. I don't know how she was with you. If she was awful, I'm sure she was awful only to you. After all, she's wonderful to me. She must have high standards like me.
That's not what I'm talking about. Of course she was kind to me as well. But she was all over her son, with her son Ricky acting the same. I knew things would be difficult if I married Ricky.
What? Seriously? I don't understand what you're saying.
It's fine if you don't understand. As long as they didn't act that way around you, it should be fine. The reason I broke off our engagement was Ricky is a super duper mama's boy.
Mama's boy? That's news to me.
Just as I thought. I'm sure he kept it hidden this time, as it was the reason things didn't work out with me.
Hidden?
Didn't you know that if Ricky doesn't get married by the time he's 30, his parents will disinherit him?
Really?
It's true. He only has a few months before his 30th birthday, so he must have been really desperate. I'm sure he would have married anyone who seemed normal and was easy to handle.
That's a really mean thing to say. We are childhood friends after all.
I hate to break it to you, but that's reality, and that's all I have to say about that. I think it's not going to be easy on your honeymoon and living with Ricky and his parents. Good luck.
What are you talking about? Honeymoons are fun. I'm not concerned about the stuff you said, Missy. I'm going to enjoy my life with Ricky.
That's a great attitude to have. But it is strange. I never thought you would be the type, Francine, to go on your honeymoon with your mother-in-law.
What? Stop with all these cryptic texts. It's our honeymoon. Of course it'll just be the 2 of us.
I don't think so. There's no way Ricky's mom is not coming. When Ricky and I were still engaged, she clearly told me. It made me change my mind about marrying Ricky.
You're kidding, right?
Why didn't you ask Ricky? You're with him now, right?
No, we're meeting each other at the airport.
Wait, didn't you just get married yesterday? But you're already spending time apart?
He said he wanted to spend some time with his family, so I spent the night alone in our hotel room.
Isn't that strange?
Now that you mention it, wait, I just received a text from Ricky. Of course Mom is coming with us. I can't believe he texted me that. What's going on?
Like I said, there is no way Ricky would travel overseas without his mother. Even at work, he refuses to go on any overseas business trips. I heard a rumor from his colleague that he told his boss my mommy won't allow it.
I didn't know that. Plus, he never told me we're going to live with his parents.
Did you ask him?
He texted me that he never intends to move out of his parents' house. We never discussed where we'd live, but I never imagined we would be living with his parents.
His parents' house is really large. I hope they weren't expecting you to be their housekeeper or anything.
Why are you saying such ominous things? I'm sure it'll be fine. If push comes to shove, I'm sure Ricky will choose me. We really love each other.
Then you have nothing to worry about.
When I asked him why I had to spend our wedding night alone in the hotel, and he texted me back that he wasn't at his parents' house, but spent the night in the same hotel with his mother, and he got me a separate room while we were in Greece. That isn't normal, right?
Oh my, he really is a mama's boy. In the world of mama's boys, I have no idea what is normal or not. No comment.
Don't laugh at me. Why didn't you warn me? You should have told me. It's your fault I'm in this mess. If you really thought of me as your childhood friend, you would have tried to protect me.
Do you think a childhood friend would make a play for a guy I'm dating and end up hooking up with him? That doesn't sound like a friend to me.
That may be true, but...
So at that point our friendship ended, at least on my end. For me, Francine, you aren't my childhood or any type of friend.
Please don't say that. I see Ricky and his mother waiting in the departure lounge. I'm hiding in the restroom. What should I do? But I don't want to get a divorce, at least not yet. Ricky's a really good catch, you know?
If you really think so, maybe you should try living with him and his mother.
Really?
Well, he is a good catch. You have to admit his financial status was important to you. You kept harping about his socioeconomic status.
That's true, but...
Well, then that's settled. Even if the family treats you like a housekeeper, you'll be known as a wealthy wife to the outside world. Good luck as a housekeeper.
I can't believe it. I was so looking forward to our honeymoon in Greece. Oh, why does it have to be the three of us? This sucks.
It's your own fault for not asking before you got married. But your biggest mistake was that you stole your friend's fiancé without confirming all the facts first, right? Oh, I forgot, ex-fiancé, right? I'm so happy I didn't go through with the wedding, and I'm able to enjoy my life as a happy single woman. Have fun in Greece. Ricky's mother found Francine hiding in the toilet and dragged her out. Ricky and his mother chalked up Francine's behavior as post-wedding depression, and the three of them went on their honeymoon. But Francine was treated as a third wheel on the honeymoon and ended up making dinner reservations for Ricky and his mother, took pictures of Ricky with his mother, etc., making it a honeymoon from hell for Francine. And when they returned from their honeymoon, Ricky's mother had arranged all of Francine's things to be moved into her house, forcing Francine to live in Ricky's parents' house. Once in Ricky's parents' house, she was again treated as an outsider, with Ricky more concerned about his mother than his wife Francine. Apparently, Francine and Ricky have separate bedrooms. Francine's parents have borrowed money from Ricky's parents, making Francine feel obligated to stay married to Ricky, though she really wanted to get divorced.